Welcome to OMNI On Air, the official podcast of OMNI Aviation.
where we dive into the real stories of aviation's finest. I'm your host, Ella.
And I'm Daniel.
Alright, so with us today are three very, very beautiful and amazing Omni Aviation women who have, of course, turned their dreams into altitude. So, hello po, Miss Beth. Hi, Miss Mitch.
Hello,
and of
Ella
course,
and
Miss
Danielle.
Esty. Hello po. Welcome, ladies, to the Omni On Air podcast. So, let's start with a quick question here. So, I'll start with you, Miss Beth. How would you describe in one word, if asked, kung paano po yung experience of being a cabin crew?
Ako, lagi yung tinatanong ng mga students, I would say it's amazing. Lagi ko yan sa mga seminars namin or may mga students that will ask if how was my experience being a cabin crew. Siguro doon ako sa last na airline ko, which is Emirates. So, lagi ko sinasabi, it was the best 6 years of my life.
Wow, that's a very,
Grabe
very
naman yun.
tall statement.
Oo,
Best
talaga. The best. The lifestyle.
Para tayo 6 years.
6 years ka rin
Yeah,
sa
Etihad.
Etihad.
Yes, naman.
QR. 6 months. Hindi, joke lang. Hindi na regular. Ano ba yan?
Dun sa Emirates Airlines po, no? Ilang years po kayo sa Emirates Airlines?
6.
6.
2 contract.
Sa pagkakaalam ko, they have this really high standard. Kasi may kakilala po ako I used to reside in Dubai and
High standard.
Hindi po, yun na nga po siguro kaya doon pumaldo talaga. Meron po akong kakilala doon. She was really, like you. Very good example.
Thank you so much.
Pero meron po siyang nunal here.
Nice.
Opo, dito po sa So, hindi
okay.
po siya natanggap. So, ganun po ba talaga yung kataas yung standards ng Emirates?
Baka tattoo.
Nunal po siya. Or very big naman po kasi nunal.
Yung visible.
Mm.
Protruding.
So, ganun po ba
Yes.
talaga?
Actually, it's not just with Emirates, no? I
Ah.
think majority of the airlines, isa yan sa mga requirement eh. Parang di ba laging dapat no visible tattoo or yung
During
mga
the interview
birthmarks.
kasi.
Or any eye-catching na
Yes. Na mga
Marks,
birthmarks
moles.
sa face mo or yan. Kung sa legs, babae ba tong sinasabi
Yeah.
mo?
And during the interview, they would ask if you have any visible scars. Actually, kung hindi naman siya visible, you don't need to tell
Say.
them.
Yeah,
You
kung
don't need to
unnoticeable
say.
naman,
Tsaka kung may scar
forgiving.
na nako-conceal naman with the concealer.
Concealer.
It's okay.
Pwede.
Basta na may makeup pa.
And something I noted across all of you three beautiful ladies po is all of you have experience with PAL, right?
Yes, of
All of you
course.
flew PAL.
Yan yung aming first airlines.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, syempre, pinagsilbihan muna namin ang Pilipinas.
Pilipinas.
Right.
Also,
Flag
for me,
carrier.
yun yung last ko.
Philippines.
Aha.
Ay, first tapos, oo,
Yes,
nag-QR
last ko
na,
yun.
tapos
Yung
nag-trainer
Philippine
kasi to.
Airlines.
Aha.
ng
So
PAL
one thing
as
that they say about PAL is it's stricter usually than other airlines. Is that true?
Actually, hindi siya stricter. It's just that, Filipinos, yung standard natin with everything, mga grammar Nazi nga tayo, di ba? So, nagiging
Gusto ko yan,
stricter
grammar
lang
Nazi.
siya in a sense kasi mas, sorry to say naman, sa ibang bansa kasi, 110 nationalities, you would train them. So, syempre, hindi lahat fluent in English.
Yeah.
So, they're kind of more lenient, pero hindi naman stricter.
Mm.
Dito kasi sa Pilipinas, ang nangyayari, yung training, mas nagiging mahirap in a sense dahil alam natin na yung comprehension skills ng Filipino is higher as compared to others. Kaya, mas nagiging mahirap yung questions.
Yeah.
Pagdating natin ngayon sa ibang bansa like the Middle East, sanay tayo sa mahirap eh. So, mas dumadali siya. But technically, hindi naman stricter or
Okay.
mas mahirap talaga.
Mm-mm. And given lahat po kayo may experience with PAL, are there any tips you can share with those who want to, who are aspiring to fly the flag carrier also? With,
Ayan,
with
sabi
Miss
mo
Mary.
yung flag carrier, i-share ko lang experience ko with Philippine Airlines. Kasi siguro lahat kami, gano'n naman yung namin na yung experience namin. Kasi ever since talagang childhood dream na to, di ba? Gas na yung term ng
Yes.
childhood dream, but totoo yan. I still remember when I was a child, every time we would go to Davao kasi my mom is originally from Davao. Every time we would have vacation there, I would really get so amazed with the cabin crew of Philippine Airlines. Kaya sabi ko, this is what I want to do pagtanda ko. So when I applied for Philippine Airlines, ito talaga yung pangarap ko na kailangan pumasa dito kasi it's flag carrier. Tapos, pero tama naman, di ba? Kasi kung sinasabi lang, yung sinabi ni Miss Mitch, okay, tama yon. Pero may pagka-strict nga rin kasi yung PAL. Kasi yung training sa PAL, it's really, talaga rigorous yung
Rigorous
training.
Yes, rigorous
talaga.
training.
Rigorous talaga yung training.
I
Once
think
na
ilang
you
months
had-
tayo nagtitraining
4
doon?
months.
4 months
for
yun.
4 months.
90 days actually.
Ay, sa inyo?
90 days.
Oh, kasi bata.
Iba na yun.
Ibang henerasyon.
Iba po pala yun.
Kasama na pati mga aircraft,
Oo.
familiarization,
Actually,
the
4
fleets.
months.
Alam ko 4 months
Nangyayari
yung mga
din.
aeroplano.
Baka
Iba
dati
yung-
kasi hindi...
Beyond that.
Anong oras ba training nyo dati? Half day lang?
No,
No, the whole day. The
Oo.
whole day.
Ayun, ito, whole day din, pero 90
alam ko
days.
4 months siya. Kasi
4
pati with the, I think, di ba meron tayong, hinihintay namin yung aeroplano ha.
Yeah,
Na madaling
aircraft
araw,
tour.
Aircraft tour.
Sa Lufthansa.
So imagine, iba-ibang mga fleets, di ba we need to
Mm-mm.
familiarize with the aircraft. So hintayin namin yon.
Yeah.
Akit kami madaling araw. We will do our drills
Yes.
inside the aircraft. So, tama nga sabi ni Miss Mary, napaka-rigorous talaga. Kaya, I think
Cebu Pacific also.
Yes, Cebu Pacific also.
Dali
dito sa
nag-start
Pilipinas,
yan,
yung
sa
pagdating sa training,
Yes.
we are well trained and
Mm.
equipped. That's why, like after our when we moved to our next airline,
Yeah.
like ako
Was easier
nag-Emirates
for us.
ako, nag-QR si Miss Mitch, nag-Etihad si Miss Mary. It was, I think, a piece of cake na lang.
Oo.
It was
Super.
very easy. It was easy for us.
Valedictorian
already.
yata si Miss Mary eh.
Wow.
Actually, isa
Oo,
pa pala
so madali na lang.
is siguro when we get to the Middle East, meron na tayong experience, kaya nagiging mas madali for us. Talagang literal na piece of
Yes.
cake. Hindi ka na mag-aaral kasi memorize mo na siya. Dahil yung naging foundation mo, yun nga,
And it was
Of
an
high standard
advantage for
talaga.
us. That's why we got
Yes.
the job sa Middle East Airlines because of
correct, of the
Your local
previous experience here.
Oo, we are from the flag
Yung
carrier.
sa Middle East Airlines, I notice na lagi po siyang na-mention. Is it like some form of goal and parang
Iba yung prestige.
yun po yung
When you
kakaiba
work for-
ng Middle
Yeah,
East, yung
May
prestige,
mag-bash
yung
tayo ng
luxury.
mga nasa local airline. Iba yung prestige pag
Yes.
sa Middle
Like
East.
same thing here in the Philippines, for example. I started with Cebu Pacific. So, okay sa Cebu, it's a good company. Pero some people, in the eyes of those na hindi naman taga-aviation, if you would say, Pal, parang, ay wow, you're flying the flag carrier,
Yeah.
ganon. So, sa Middle East, meron din tayong tinatawag na Big Three
Mhm.
na airlines, which are
Emirates.
Emirates, Qatar, and Etihad.
Wow.
And
So
we're
well
proud
represented.
Yes.
History na po
Yeah,
pala
we've
yun.
been
So
part of
yun,
those
so kapag
talaga
part ka
major
ng airline na yun,
airlines.
medyo parang yung mga tao, ay, you're from...
Parang wow,
Yes.
Can you
Nandun
share
yung
insights,
luxury.
ma'ams? What do you think makes those parang big three? Why are they so, prestigious looking in the eyes of people who perhaps are just passengers? Then what do you say
Well,
makes them prestigious?
Number one, the brand image, how the cabin crew looks, di ba?
Mm.
Next would be service. For me, in my opinion. And third, siguro, yung aircraft nila.
They have
yung
the
mga-
state of the art.
Yes, yung
Ah.
mga bago,
in
meron
the
talaga
whole
sila
world.
lagi.
Of course, the salaries and the
Yun,
benefits.
yun po
for the
talaga yung inaantay ko.
employees.
And if you would
And
check
destinations.
the destinations.
that-
If you would also check the top 20 airlines, best airlines in the world, nandun sila palagi.
Wow. And we're representing,
The
those
big
big
represented
threes.
tayo ngayon.
Yeah,
ano
yeah,
yan,
yeah.
laging pag nagtatanong sila, sasabihin namin yan, okay, been there, done that.
Wow.
Like, gano'n. Di ba
Basic,
parang
ma'am.
yabang, pero gano'n na talaga.
No, yes,
Like yung mga
yes.
student na, ay ma, paano ba yung gano'n?
It speaks to the quality that Omni brings, right, to its students. Kasi its instructors actually have the experience from those prestigious companies.
Yes, it's important that you have, when you teach, you have the experience also.
Right.
Because more than the theoretical, kailangan ikwento mo rin sa kanila yung naging experience mo. 'Di ba? Mas interested nga sila sa ganun.
Experience.
Sa mga
Sa experience.
Mm-mm.
And also what we take pride no in sharing to everyone that at Omni all our instructors came from big
Yes.
mga major airlines
Yeah.
in the world. international
And local.
and local airlines. Pero yung strict tayo sa mga requirements di ba?
Ng
Ah,
instructor
at least 5
ha,
years.
yes.
Sa instructors natin sa Omni. So you cannot be part of the Omni team of instructors if less than 5 years of
Wow.
international
Mhm,
flying
mhm.
experience.
I see.
Because we are adhering to IATA.
Tama,
Our
tama po.
training modules, IATA, Omni is an authorized training center of IATA, the only one in the Philippines. So we have to adhere to that requirement. That's why mga instructor namin, syempre it's also a requirement na talagang sila, international
Yung mga
experience.
Yung mga students ngayon, they're so lucky kasi nung time namin,
I
kaming
agree.
dalawa.
Ako din, wala
Ikaw
pa.
din ba?
Wala pang
pang mga
FA training school.
centers noon.
So,
Yes,
paano
yes,
po yung,
yes.
nun, yung
Ako
education?
Wala
nga
pa.
naging FA ako without any idea ano ba ang pagiging
Me,
FA.
Exactly.
Ganon.
Like how you
Yes.
how you dress up going to the interview.
Correct.
Unlike now, 'di ba, a lot of flight attendant school. So may idea na sila this is how you should fix your hair, your makeup. So, sa amin, wala.
During my interview, so first airline ko was Cebu Pacific. Naging FA ako out of peer pressure. Sama-sama, ganyan.
Oo.
Okay. So during my interview, wala nga akong idea. So, tinanong ako, are you willing to clean the lavatory? So, syempre, best foot forward, yes, okay. Pero
Try lang
after
yan,
the
try.
interview, parang naisip ko, bakit ako maglilinis ng public toilet? Ganun ako kawalang idea about the job. So, hello, Miss Pelucci, Miss Titit.
Okay, shout out.
Sorry
Nag-shout
for
out.
lying, pero ngayon okay na. Yung madaming lavatory na yung nalinis ko.
Napapatawad niyo na rin po.
So we briefly talked about, Miss Mary, you shared your origin story a little bit, right? Because when you were a kid, you frequently flew to Davao. That's why you parang had that aspiration. Can you also share, Miss Beth and Miss Mitch, what were your origin stories? Saan po nanggaling yung dream to be a cabin crew? We can start with Miss Beth.
Dream. Paano ba? Sabi, kahit kasi nung college, I remember, I have this scrapbook. Uso pa yung mga scrapbook kasi nung araw.
Who is your crush?
Hindi pa yung mga power.
What is
Merong basta meron kaming project sa school. Tapos parang 5 years, how do you see yourself?
Nagpa-pa ng mga
Oo.
pictures.
How do you see yourself? Like, graduating na ako noon So, in college, how do you see yourself 5 years from now? So, you have to visualize. Yan. So, yun, nagcut ako ng photo sa magazine ng isang
Magazines.
flight attendant.
Hmm.
Tapos, so, yung yung naka-uniform na flight attendant, so ginawa ko, tinanggal ko yung face, nilagay ko yung ID picture ko.
Talaga.
So, yun yung nasa project ko. And it happened. Siguro
Wow.
Anong
kasi
grade po
early
kasi
on,
ulit?
it was already a dream of mine to
Even
be
as a kid,
flight-
ma'am.
As a kid, oo.
And is it
Lagi
because
akong
you would see it
umaarte-arte
on
na
TV?
nagsiserve ng food, yung ganyan.
Si Miss Mitch naman.
Yeah, Miss Mitch po.
So, sa akin nga, it wasn't really a dream because I didn't have any idea of the job. So, mostly yun nga, yung peer pressure. Lahat ng airlines na yon out of peer pressure talaga. But, what really, made me love the job was, syempre na nagsisimula ako dahil wala nga siya, sorry naman talaga sa mga naging passenger ko nung bago pa lang ako. Wala siya sa puso.
Hmm.
But after some time, after a few months of flying, you will get to feel the fulfillment of looking at your passengers, satisfied sila, they say thank you to you genuinely. Dun pa lang nag-grow yung love ko for flying, yung love ko, yung heart ko for service, dun pa lang talaga, nung nandun na ako. So, it's a different kind of experience for everyone. Iba-iba yung journey. Yun nga, yung course ko, iba. Ano
If you
talaga?
could share, ma'am, ano po yung course?
Okay, Communication and Media Studies. So, malayo talaga.
Mascom.
Actually, lahat kami.
Malayo.
Okay,
na.
Malayo yung
Mascom po kayo na?
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
Ako naman psychology.
Oh.
Ako naman pharmacy.
Ala.
Well, actually, after I
Diba?
graduated, I took the board examinations and I got my license. People started asking me what I would do
Yeah.
next now. Would I be working in a hospital pharmacy in a laboratory? Or would I have my own drugstore? Tapos parang none of the above.
Wala
I
din yung
really
nangyari.
wanted to become cabin crew, but I just really didn't know how to apply. Kaya nung kinuha ko yung number ng PAL, meron ng mga website nun pero wala masyadong laman, may internet naman na, may cellphone na. Pero I just really didn't know how. I called the number of PAL, I sent my resume sa kanila. And then, first month, walang tawag. Second month, walang tawag. Nang-bum na ako sa bahay. I started giving out my resume. Tapos, every time I would hand over my resume, sabi ko, sana dapat tanggap.
Sana pa lang yung tumawag sa akin.
On the third month, I was so lucky. Tumawag yung PAL. So, sabi nila, okay, go to Gate 1, Philippine Airlines, Nichols Avenue.
Nichols, yeah.
Pasay City. So, when I got there, sabi ko, wow, ang dami. Sabi ko, buti na lang may pagka-ignorante ako. Ang daming sabi ko, wow, ito yung mga makakalipad ko. Kasi akala ko, lahat makukuha. Yung pala, may first screening and they call it impact interview.
Ah,
Now,
I
they're
love
still
that
using
interview.
the term impact interview.
So for
Kasi-
those who are listening that don't know, like have no idea but are interested to become cabin crew, what's in an impact interview? What is that?
From the word itself, impact.
So
You're
may
checking,
may
no?
panel, yun yung pinakauna, di ba?
Oo, may panel.
May panel.
Sa amin, 4 nun. Sa inyo.
Oo, same. 4 or 5 of them.
Okay. They still use the word impact. How did we know? Because here, dito mismo sa hangar,
Until now.
dito sa
yeah,
OMNI,
they're still
they're
yes,
conducting.
same pa rin na
Process.
steps, the
Mhm.
process
Yeah.
when they hire.
Yes.
So impact meaning you'll be called there, you will stand in front one by one and together with the other applicants, yung mga nag-apply on that day for the cabin crew position. So there's a panel, they will ask you, introduce
Yes.
yourself.
Mabilisan
Anything
lang siya. Quick
mabilisan.
questions.
They have your resume, whatever they feel like asking you.
Mm-hmm.
And yun, ina-assess ka na nila. Impact, so siguro the way you look, your height, the communication skills.
They didn't use the word charm kasi charm is not just a factor. It's one factor, very important, but it's
Yeah.
not just the only factor that
So
they
it's
have
the
to
total
consider.
impact.
Yes,
How
parang
memorable
total
you are,
package.
essentially.
Sobrang mabilis lang talaga. Sa sobrang bilis sa Qatar Airways, tinanong lang ako, so, is your name Michelle? Oh, yes lang yung sagot ko. Tapos exit na.
That's it.
Ang ganda-ganda mo naman kasi.
Hindi, ganun lang siya. Parang for everyone. Kasi 'di ba imagine, 4 lang yung recruiter, tapos 2,000 plus aspirants, and you only
Right.
have 3 hours. Sila, 3 hours to screen. Ganun lang kabilis. Though, ewan ko sa Emirates or
nung
sa
time
Etihad.
namin kasi they just asked us, sabi nila, please tell something about yourself. Ganun lang.
Yes.
Pero parang kasi sobrang pangarap ko yun. No, parang hindi ako uwi dito na hindi ako makasalita. Oh my gosh, parang ano yung basis nila? Ano yung parang
na kukunin ka nila.
Paano-
Sa
Oh,
dami.
yes.
Sa dami.
Sobrang
But I
dami.
think because they're so used to that job, sabi nga
Yes.
nila, the moment they'll see an applicant, walking inside
They would know.
the room, they would know if you're a cabin crew material or not. Sabi ko nga, may nakasulat yata sa noo ko.
May
Na
sixth
pwede
sense
ka,
na,
utusan mo ba ako? Di ba
Correct.
yung mga joke ng mga cabin crew na, okay, yung personality na to, she's, tingin ko, parang, siya, fitted to be a cabin crew, kaya niyang mag-serve.
Yung mga
like-
ganong look po ba
Oo.
usually? Is it something that a student or interviewee do? Or that's something a recruiter often notice na sila lang nakaka-notice ganun?
I
Kasi
think sila lang yung nakakanotice.
sila lang nakaka-notice. Kasi to be honest, what's that one thing or facade that you often portray to yourself
Okay, so,
whenever you're in an aircraft na syempre, yung ugali niyo po talaga is hindi naman pwede yun yung 100%. Or meron mga ganun pong tao na very charismatic in person and then pagdating sa aircraft, very natural na lang.
some people would think na for a cabin crew, yung looks talaga, yes, it's a big factor kasi brand ambassador ka nung magiging airline mo. But we don't actually need like beauty queen. Although maraming beauty queen na FA, marami.
pero marami rin naaalis, hindi
Yeah.
rin nakukuha.
Yeah, marami
mga
din.
models,
So,
mga
So, anong
artista
factor
pa,
kaya
na-
po yun?
Kasi
Charisma.
it's not just like beauty. Baka naman, yes, you are a beauty queen material, pero may intimidate yung passenger utusan ka.
Right.
Yes.
So things like that. So
Actually.
they have to consider a lot of things. So that's why, yun nga yung impact. ano yung dating mo.
Oo.
You
You have to have that X factor.
Yes.
Parang ano yung dating.
which we cannot explain actually.
Yes. Parang siguro, you cannot be too confident that you look arrogant.
Yes.
Not
So, is that,
less rin na you
is
look
that,
shy. You have to have a right level of confidence.
May
in
formula pero ang
yung
hirap.
Yung X
Ang hirap
factor na yun
i-explain.
nga po eh. Yung X factor na yun, is it something people are born with or nadadala nyo siya or
It can be developed.
Hmm.
It can be developed.
So-
Some
so-
are natural, pero pwede siyang ma-develop eh.
So for those who are
Nade-develop
training,
yan.
ma'am,
Yes.
paano po
Sa training.
Paano po
usually
kaya,
sa
ano po kaya pwede nyo sabihin sa kanila?
Yeah, what's usually the thing that you train for in Omni that can help develop your so-called X factor?
Doon naman magagaling yung
Okay.
mga Omni
Instructors.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have grooming,
Yeah.
personality development. Remember,
Customer
di ba?
service.
Customer service as well, communication skills.
We do
So-
mock interview. We also teach them how to do the resume, no? Para talaga
Yes.
may
Even the
pa lang
resume
kasi
gives
may
impact,
na.
correct?
Right.
Mm.
So full suite of ano po talaga assistance for those who would train with us.
Yes.
Kasi lagi, tingin ko if you really would like to land this job, ito rin lagi namin yan sinishare sa mga students, you have to be prepared.
Yes.
Diba? Hindi ka, like may mga
Preparation
estudyante kami,
is the
preparation
key.
is the key.
And to
May
prepare,
pimple,
correct.
yung ganyan.
And to
Sinasabi
prepare-
namin, huwag ka munang magpa-interview now. Kasi for sure yan.
Oh,
Yes.
They're very,
totoo po yun.
kasi yung look mo for that day, yun yung
Magtatatak
ano
sa kanila eh.
Yun yung magiging
First-
basis,
interview,
correct.
right?
Kumbaga parang
So-
first impression,
And yung
last
first
na rin po.
impression
Yes.
talaga, the very first 7 seconds talaga.
Yeah.
In line with what they've said na preparation, siguro important then if you really want to get the job is to invest in yourself. Part of that preparation.
Yes.
Take care of yourself. Yun lang naman ang investment na wala tayong lugi, di ba?
Tama po.
In-invest natin sa sarili,
Sa sarili
natin.
natin.
So, yun nga, like what we've said, hindi naman kailangan, this is just an example, okay? Hindi naman kailangan perfect set of teeth. Sinabi lang good set of teeth.
Yeah.
So, if may konting misalignment and you think like it's not getting too much attention from other people when you speak, then you don't need braces. Pero kung sa tingin mong kailangan mo mag-braces, then by all means, if you really want to get the job, mag-braces ka. So that's part of investing in yourself also.
right.
Part of it is if you feel like you are not confident enough, so you can train with us. Mga ganung bagay, di ba?
Enhance or
So,
sa
yun,
mga
enhancement.
speech, you have to develop your communication skills. You think you still lack on that aspect. So, do something about it.
Right.
That brings us sa question ho natin, what kind of person para sa tingin nyo would thrive in this career or what kind of person would struggle in this type of career?
Would struggle.
Anong character daw?
Anong
Like,
character
what
po yung
personality
would
Yeah.
thrive in this career?
You mean?
And at
Yung
the same
struggle,
time,
yeah, would
the type
not
of
fit.
people that you think would
Ah,
struggle in this career given your
Definitely
experience.
kung ano kasi siguro introvert.
Introvert,
Yes.
magsa-struggle
You
po.
will
No?
not, this is
Lalo na,
this is
pero
not for you.
Araw-araw, different strangers. Yun ho yung nakaka-curious eh.
And you will be the one to initiate conversations.
And then, aside from that, unfamiliarity, yung culture,
Yes, especially
Different
Especially sa
cultures.
international
airlines.
pag multinational na mga
Mm.
iba't ibang nationalities that you work with.
Not only with passengers, like what Miss Beth said, yung kawork mo din, iba-iba din yung nationality.
international.
So I think we've briefly spoken about like the background before you enter the actual airplane, right? Before you actually land the job. But something that some aspirants don't really think about is pag nandun na ako sa trabaho, what is it really like? Because they know I'm gonna be flying in an airplane, I'm gonna be traveling. But on the flip side of that, what's the day-to-day like? Like traveling different hours or what is it like? What is it something what are the things that they don't really know about? The flip side of the coin.
Bakit ka natatawa, Miss Beth?
And then, kasi parang nagpa-flashback.
Nagpa-flashback.
Naalala mo yun.
Naalala mo nung mga days na we're still there flying.
Okay.
Yeah.
Siguro ngayon, aspirants would always have an idea. Dahil sa social media, we have flight attendants who are content creators. So, yung mga a day in a life, medyo gasgas na, marami nang nakakita. Pero yung mga nangyari before, no, hindi pa uso yung content creation and vlogging, Miss Beth, share ka naman dyan.
Hindi, ano talaga siya. It's a glamorous, no? Yun yung nakikita ng mga tao. Like if you would see, especially international cabin crew, makita mo yung the group in the airport walking together with the captain. You know, you're all together kasi
Yun ang
ganyan
nakikita
talaga.
nila.
Yun yung nakikita nyo, the glam side of it.
Mm.
But then, once we enter inside the aircraft, once we're there na, start na yung duty namin. Imagine,
That's
7
hard
hours
work.
flight. It's really hard work.
More than.
Hard work,
For example,
dedication
7-8
talaga.
hours flight,
Yes.
nakatayo ka. If it, normal yon, it's a regular thing for
Sira yung
cabin
tulog
crew.
mo.
The
Sira yung pahinga
entire
mo.
service, 8 hours, kasi it's a full flight. It's always a full flight. Sa mga airlines
Yes.
natin, laging punuan yan. So, if it's a 8-hour flight, literal talagang 8 hours kang
Ako,
nakatayo.
meron akong
Pero
fear.
pag-landing na lang.
Sa flights, like, okay lang sa akin mag-service tayo, pero yung extended hours, pero parang pinaka-ayoko is experiencing medical emergencies. Number one, even though I am trained, nandun yung confidence mo, but when the actual scenario
Pag
is there
nangyari na.
already, nakikita mo na it's a matter of life and death, may fear eh. Siyempre, yung responsibility will be yours, even though hindi kasi lahat ng flights merong doctors on board. Lucky are those flights na
Na
meron,
meron.
and they're always willing. Yun yung fear ko. Merong medical emergency, tapos walang doctor. Ako pa yung makakakita. Eh kapag ikaw yung nakakita,
Ikaw yung
ikaw yung
action.
mag-a-attend, right? So,
Ano ba yung mga emergencies sa medical emergencies?
Madami.
Oh, dami, di ba?
madami.
Sa akin,
Actually,
maraming fainting.
madaming fainting, heart attack,
During
death
take-off.
on board.
Heart attack?
Death on board
Oo,
ka.
Yes,
Na-death
may
on board na po kayo?
Yes, may
Ano po nangyari
abortion
dun?
pa, madami.
Ha, abortion?
Yes.
Talaga.
Kasi sa lalo na sa long haul flight, ang daming pwedeng mangyari.
Mangyari.
Meron mga
Yeah, that's
childbirth,
true.
di ba?
That's true.
Mga anak na pasahero doon, di dineclare yung tamang ilang months
Gestation
na siya.
age.
Yeah.
So how do you handle emergencies like that, ma'am?
We're trained.
We are trained.
naman.
We're trained.
First aid training.
So even if there's no doctor on board, dapat
Yes,
talaga
yes.
laging
Kaya.
composed,
Kaya nga, ano
collected.
yan eh,
Pero-
it's a misconception lagi sa mga FA.
naintindihan ko yun. Kasi once you're there na, iba
Once
na
you're
eh.
there, iba na talaga.
Kahit
Parang,
sabihin niyo pang you're trained, pero once
okay,
it's there.
game. Ilalabas mo lahat ng knowledge and strength
Mm.
mo kung meron.
With the pressure and all.
With the pressure. Tapos maraming other passengers watching over. Diba?
So yung all eyes on you, nakaka-pressure na.
Yes.
So outside of the ma'am, aircraft. So you say you're landing already. What's the experience like, or what's the routine like for cabin crew? Because
Yun yung pinakamasarap. Layover.
Layover.
Layover,
Yeah.
of course.
so do you
So,
get to
baliktad po
travel? Is
pala,
that a real?
Yes.
Pag sa
yes.
passenger,
You get to
ayaw yung
stay there
layover.
also,
Pag sa
may
cabin,
tinatawag
gusto nyo pa
Pag
pala yun.
layover, like, we get to stay in a particular destination. For, let's
We're
say,
billeted
24
in 4
hours.
stars, 5-star hotels.
Yes.
Own room.
So that's really one of the prestigious parts, or happy parts naman talaga na.
Yes.
Yes.
Actually, this job is so rewarding. Imagine, magtatrabaho ka, you will get to stay in a nice hotel with allowances, not to mention.
Imagine, bibili ka ng bread sa Paris. Ay, wala pa
Wow.
naman sa London.
Correct, 'di ba? Nag-coffee ka ngayon sa Paris, tomorrow ang dinner mo sa Brussels ka naman, nasa Belgium ka naman. So things like that. This is the only job na ganun yung may experience. I know there are a lot of jobs even sa corporate na makakapag-travel ka.
A lot
But
of
as
perks.
much as this,
And
siguro,
I think the
A
lifestyle, really. Sabi nga nila, kahit
Miss Beth yun yung nakakamiss.
nakakamiss yung, kaya lagi yan, pag tinatanong
Mga shopping,
kami,
no?
hindi mo namimiss lumipad.
Namimiss mo yung
Namimiss mo
lifestyle.
talaga yung lifestyle because it's a lifestyle na sabi mo, ano nga eh, lifestyle siya ng pang rich and famous eh.
Hmm.
Pang
Correct.
celebrity.
Free
Celebrity
tickets.
na natin.
Celebrity ka naman.
Yeah.
Tsaka free tickets for you, for your
For
family.
your family.
family.
And then you
Which-
get to stay in a 5-star hotel, really nice hotels all over around
I
the
had this
world.
experience na ako yung cabin crew, yung whole family ko, father, mother, 2 brothers.
Wow.
Mga ano ko.
Shows me the
passengers.
picture.
Actually, that's something I
And
never got
ano
to
pa sila na,
experience.
Ang wholesome
upgrade
nun.
pa sila
Ang wholesome
sa-
nun actually.
Yeah.
Nakita ko
Upgrade pa
sila
sa
nandun.
business class.
Wow,
So,
that's
they
so
stayed
good.
at my flat for 1 week.
So it's not just perks for yourself.
For the
For
family.
loved ones.
And I
And for
think
buddies, for
ngayon
friends
may
too.
bodies na rin.
Ang galing, ang galing.
Pero iba't ibang bansa, isn't that for some sort constantly out of your comfort zone kayo eh? Pag ganun.
Actually, kaya dapat as a cabin crew, adaptive
Naka-embed
ka.
yung
Yun
adaptability.
tinatanong mo kanina, di ba? What are the qualities? although yung sinabi ni Miss Beth, kung introvert ka nga, you would struggle. Dapat kasi, yung career mo is in line with your personality.
Personality.
'Di ba? Mahirap maging successful kapag hindi sila matchy-matchy yung
Mhm.
Kasi
personality mo
parang
and
hindi
your
kayo yun eh.
correct.
Magkakaroon kayo ng
Pero, 'di ba overtime naman, because of your job, which requires you to do something, nagbabago ka rin eh. So,
Nagbabago
pwede
ka
rin,
in a way
pwede rin
kasi-
siyang mag-match, right?
Kasi nagta-travel ka. Every time you travel, you learn something.
Yes,
eh.
you get to be
You
exposed.
gain wisdom. You gain
From your mga, we
understanding.
call them kalipat, di ba? Yung
Mhm.
mga
From your
kasama mo sa flight,
passengers, your kalipad.
passengers.
I don't know if you ladies will agree with me if I say the most flexible people are the
Cabin
Cabin
crew?
crew.
Of course, yes.
And easy
Kahit-
to be with. Ano sila? We're, di ba, adaptable.
Kahit saan mo kami ilagay, pwede.
culture tayo na parang alam mo eh. Alam na, ay, cabin crew to.
Ano,
eh.
and
Di ba,
immediately, di ba, nagja-jive agad.
Yeah.
We attended kasi a
Try.
party. Tapos
Oo.
parang ang gulo-gulo namin, no? Tapos may kabilang table na lumapit sa amin, cabin crew kayo. di ba?
Oo. Nahulaan agad nila.
So, alam ka agad. Tsaka
We weren't even talking about flights kasi
Mm.
matagal na kaming wala sa airline eh.
Mhm, mhm.
So nahulaan nila.
So,
there-
like, for example, di ba sa Omni na lang, pag nagkikita-kita tayo lahat, yung walang like sa trabaho also.
Maganda yung no,
Ang
Yeah,
dali,
relationship.
yung nakakapag-address
Like,
lahat.
for example, me, I only met Miss Beth and Miss Mary dito na sa Omni. Pero
Mm-mm.
parang,
Instant.
Lifelong
Instant.
friends.
Instant BFF.
instant click agad, nagkakaintindihan.
Mm.
Tinginan pa
Pero
lang.
totoo nga ho yun. Actually ako, personal revelation. First time mag-seminar here and you were the instructor. I instantly know cabin crew to before.
Really?
Wow. So there really is
So,
that
totoo nga po
sensing. I guess it's also in the part of how you ladies carry yourselves.
Mm.
There's right
Yung
even for
kahit
lay
demeanors
people,
lang.
Siguro
I
also
think
of
easy
our
to be with.
experiences
Yeah.
na we met different people
Yeah.
from
Yes.
different
All
walks of life, different
yes.
behaviors,
And if
culture,
you remember, ma'am, nung
nationalities, no?
I was asking if pwede kang i-shoot, ganyan. And,
Yes.
and I felt like I was talking to someone I already know
May
na
ganon,
matagal
diba?
na. Ganun ho
Yes.
yung na-feel ko sa inyo. So that's why, yun yung
Thank
parang
you.
clue na
Hindi tayo
Compliment pa yan.
ang
Hindi tayo
warm.
maarte, girl.
Ang warm, ganyan. And
Yun.
ang
See?
easygoing.
That's yung tinatanong mo kanina, ikaw rin yung sumasagot, di ba? Yan yung X factor. You will feel the warmth, kailangan approachable,
Yeah.
things like that. So, nasasagot mo na yung tanong.
So it's
Yung
really that
downside,
love for
sobrang
being with
ingay lang
people.
natin pag nagsama-sama.
Oo. Dito sa Omni, kapag nandito kaming lahat, tapos may taga-ibang department, ang iniisip nila
Yeah.
lagi may riot. Riot na naman, nandito sila
Kaya dapat
lahat.
lagi may moderator tayo. Kasi wala tayong hindi natin matatapos. Like the planning session earlier. We're doing our planning session sa cabin crew. Good thing nandun si Miko.
Oo, actually, I was about to say, yung pinaka-neutralizer natin, si
Si
Miko.
Miko. Pag maingay na kami na and all, puro chikahan.
Nasa-stress ako sa inyo.
Back to work, back to work.
So a lot of what we're speaking of is, the experience itself, how to prepare yourself, and if you think about it from the shoes of, for example, a student who wants the job and aspires for it, but is scared. What would you say is like, syempre baka overwhelming marinig lahat
yung
ng tips na
fear.
to, the experiences.
Yung self-doubt
Yeah,
na rin para sa
how would you
kanila.
advise someone who has that
Or
fear
anong
or
sasabihin nyo
self-doubt?
sa kanila?
If you will
Imagine
check
kausap
our
niyo po
students
sila.
when
ganun.
they started here compared to after they finished the course.
Yeah.
When they graduate, during their graduation pa lang, makikita mo yung sobrang
Growth.
different.
Transformation, if I may say
We're
it.
so proud of that. Yun yung feedback din sa ng mga academic partners namin. That after their training with us, wow, papasalamat sa
Bakit
amin.
parang iba yung itsura ng
Oo,
students
oo.
namin? Hindi
Parang
namin
yes,
kilala.
Mhm.
Ganon.
So nai-instill talaga
less
sa kanila
fulfilling
yung
for us.
X factor already through the training.
Yes.
What do you think you would advise po as their first step? If they're exploring, whether it's Omni or other places that they want to start their journey on, what's the best first step?
Well, if you really love to be a cabin crew, they're so lucky. They have these training centers. Na the good thing about training centers, they will really teach you what the responsibilities of a cabin crew are, what the ano yung expect mo
Yeah.
during the training. We have a lot of training centers, but the good thing about Omni, this is the only IATA authorized training center in the
Mhm.
Philippines and the number one in the
Yeah.
whole Asia Pacific.
Yes.
So why not go to Omni?
More than that, iyayabang ko na lang din yung instructors, ha? Like what Miss Beth has
Go.
mentioned,
Share
we
kami
are
ng
eight
iba't ibang
here, eight,
experiences
diba?
as
Tama ba?
well.
From different airlines and different scenarios also. Kasi iba-iba, per airline, iba-iba ang passenger profile eh.
Yeah.
And malaking factor yung nakakapag-share kami ng passenger experiences kasi at the end of the day, yun naman talaga yung pagsisilbya or bibigyan mo ng service mo, di ba? Yung customers or yung passengers. So, at least nape-prepare na namin yung puso nila kasi
Mm.
minsan tatanungin nila, nangyayari po ba talaga yon? Parang hindi sila makapaniwala, oh yes, it happens, di ba? So, yun, preparation.
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 So, for those naman po who have that dream but, are discouraged kasi, for example, there's the height requirements or meron silang yun nga, yung visible na tattoos or something like that. What would you advise them? Is that something that you feel like is surmountable or required talaga ng
Merong-
airline?
May mga ganyang cases na may work around. Like,
Yes.
say for example, sa mata, if you have a grade of, I think, I'm not sure more than 200, ganon, they will give you time to do LASIK if you get hired. Or as early as now, if you think like you are qualified, yun lang yung hindrance sa'yo, then might as well part of investing in yourself
Yeah.
again,
Mm.
okay? So, meron naman, like, if you have, ano pa ba yung mga...
Sa height.
Sa height,
Oo nga po, sa height pa niyan.
Average na eh.
Nagmamatter
So, yung mga
mostly,
medyo, not that, kasi may mga requirement, iba-ibang airlines, iba't iba din yung
Standards.
height requirement.
Mhm.
Like for Philippine Airlines, sometimes it's 5'3",
5'3",
sometimes
5'4".
nag-5'2", meron
Nag
tayo din
5'2"
na ganun.
pa.
Depende sa ano nila, kung medyo lenient
The
sila
need,
ngayon.
yeah.
So, we have students that they fall a bit short
Under.
of height, but then they're already now in the, with Cebu Pacific, Philippine
Oh,
Airlines.
wow.
So,
Yes.
so hindi siya deterrent eh. I
Yeah.
think
If you have that X factor,
the X
siguro,
factor,
Yung
you
X
have
factor
this
ulit.
really pleasant, excellent
and
personality.
you fall a little bit short of
Yeah.
the height requirement, siguro naman we'd be forgiving. Kung ako yun
Meron akong ganyang
I'd be
batchmate.
forgiving.
But daming meron tayong mga kalit, but they're
Oo.
not that tall.
Pero pag tumayo siya, napaka-confident.
Yeah.
Feeling ko mas
Wow.
matangkad pa siya sa akin.
Wow.
So, nasa ano yun, X
personality.
factor.
It's really in how you bring yourself. and
Yes,
carry
how you
yourself.
present yourself and how you
Right.
carry yourself.
Are there other investments that you feel like you would advise them to make as early as now? So you say, ma'am, for example, investment in yourself if you feel like you need to have
aside
braces. But aside from that, like wardrobe, makeup, is that something?
Wardrobe, especially.
Well,
Yeah.
wardrobe, not necessarily. Whatever looks good on you. Like, you don't really have to follow trends, di ba? And sa casual clothes naman, we don't mind eh. When it comes to what else? Investing in yourself.
Siguro sa, I think, the skin preparation,
Yes.
very important.
Mm.
Kasi in the airlines, di ba, kahit maganda, pero pag, I don't know, they're very particular when you have a pimples or nag-breakout ka.
Mhm.
Syempre may mga stage na dumadaan tayo sa ganyan.
Yeah,
So, we will tell
breakout.
our students, pag may nag-breakout, may pimples, wag muna mag-apply kasi masasayang.
Mm.
They really, most likely you won't be accepted. So,
Right.
wait for a couple of months, do something about your skin, visit a dermatologist, invest on yourself. Pag sa ngipin, medyo may sungke or
Yes.
you have to do something about it. Mag-braces, you go to your dentist.
Yeah.
Ano pa ba? Sa weight, of course, there is the BMI.
Okay.
Kailangan talaga,
Proportional.
Proportion.
Okay.
Yung height versus the
mo
weight.
sa weight.
Mhm.
So, if we have students on the heavy side, we have to tell them that they have to go on a diet, they have to
Actually,
exercise.
nag-ano nga kami nagtitimbang.
Okay,
Yes, oo,
okay.
early.
So that's a reality, and I think those are really great
Yes.
practical tips, right? So it's really about how you carry yourself and investing in yourself. So I
Saka,
think, yeah, go
sa
ahead.
ano naman, it's mostly about what you say to your students. So to wrap it all up, sa tingin nyo, kung kayo naman yung kakausapin nyo, your younger self, ano po kaya yung sasabihin nyo sa kanya?
Our younger self.
Kung ano daw?
Ano po yung sasabihin nyo sa kanya?
Younger selves natin.
Kasi laging sa kanila sa mga students nyo,
Okay.
Young
hindi
ko
naman
naman.
sila had the opportunity to
Like a younger
speak
self.
to Little Mitch, Little Beth, Little...
Ang iyakan tayo dito, girl.
Hindi, siguro ako, this is the best redirection that happened to me, I think. Kasi nga, iba yung course ko, iba naman talaga yung job na gusto ko.
Mm.
But this was a redirection for me, being a cabin crew. Pero ito yung best redirection na
Nangyari.
buti na lang, Lord,
Buti na
hindi ko
lang.
siya ni-resist, okay? Kasi, yun nga, I wouldn't experience this much. I wouldn't have met a lot of people that I know now who are friends and family, who I treat like friends and family.
If hindi kayo napunta
Tsaka yun
sa...
nga, yung experience, yung learning, exposure, hindi kita makikilala, Miss Beth. If hindi ako
Wala na
naging
yung mga,
ex-crew.
ano natin, mga wine
Yung mga ganong bagay. So, I think yun lang. I'm just really thankful that ito yung redirection
Yes.
Na nabigay sa inyo.
nabigay sa akin.
Mm.
So, for those of you na nagfe-fail, if you think like, why am I not getting hired? Number one, maybe you are not yet prepared. They see that you're not yet ready. So, you can still apply and apply. Number two, maybe it's a sign of redirection. So, it's not a sign of failure. It's actually a redirection for you.
Redirection.
Doon tinitake ka niya, ay dinadala ka niya kung saan ka dapat.
How about you, ma'am? Any last tips for our listeners? We'd like to wrap up with both Miss Beth and Miss Mary's tips.
Last
Last
tips.
last insights for them.
Ano lang, keep going.
Mm-hmm.
Be prepared and never give up on your dreams.
Mm-hmm.
And believe in yourself.
There we
Correct.
go.
Because nobody else will.
Right.
Simula sa sarili.
So I think those are beautiful last words to end this first episode on. Again, thank you so much, Miss Mary, Miss Beth, and Miss Mitch, for joining us for the first episode of Omni on
So
Air.
this has
Thank
been
you.
Omni Air. I'm Daniel Bansil.
And Ella here. Thank you so much, guys.
Until next time.
Thank you.
Thank you.